Hello, SPF301 students, and welcome to the overview screencast for Lesson 3. I know that we're still finishing up Lesson 2 this week, but this is just to get you thinking about what's coming up in our next lesson. So our next lesson is around the idea of culture and its influence or how it comes from the learning environment, right? And considering space, place, and material culture. And so in this lesson, you're going to learn about culture and its influence on the learning space itself. You're also going to be reading, again, from our course text. So you'll read chapters 5 and 6 in Black Ants and Buddhists. Chapter 5 is about promoting peace, and chapter 6 is about activism in the classroom. You're also going to be reading two different articles here that are linked about culture of space and thinking again about the hidden curriculum of school grounds, right? So what is the school grounds and the space, the place, how it's constructed and laid out, tell us about what kids or students should also be learning in this place. You're going to watch two different lectures this week on culture and again culture in the school's place to get more into how does the design of a place influence the culture and the types of learning that takes place there. And all of this idea about culture and space is leading you up to your one of your assignments this week, which is to develop and design a blueprint for your future learning environment, right? Whether it's a classroom or whether it's an outdoor situation or whether it's in a classroom for adult learning, you're going to be thinking about things you would include in your space for your future learners. You're also going to check out a website in this lesson called schooldesigns.com. And this website has a lot of ideas about the latest news in design ideas for schools. You can also look at design awards, just to get some inspiration about if you could design any space for learning, right? What would you design and why? So explore that website. You're also going to watch a video about the role a school's design can play in safety and student engagement. And so all of this learning around the culture of space is then going to help you complete your assignments for this week. So you have 3 deliverables for this lesson. The first is this assignment that's like a blueprint, right? So this is where you are going to design your learning space. So you're going to create a blueprint. So you're going to apply what you've learned about culture, space, and place to design and evaluate a learning environment. In this assignment, money and space are no object, so you can be as free with your thinking as you want. You're going to design any learning environment for any level, wherever you see yourself teaching in the future, whether it's teaching fellow police officers or whether it's a community garden or whether it's doing professional development for Wells Fargo employees. Whatever you imagine yourself doing in the future, you're going to create your ideal learning space for that learning to take place. So in order to do this assignment, you're going to create an actual blueprint, right? So you can use any media you prefer. You can hand draw it. You can use an online resource, whatever media you want. If you do hand draw it, you can scan or take pictures with your phone and upload it. Just make sure that if you do hand draw it, it should be, upper level college course standards. So make sure it's legible and professional, top quality work. So after you've completed your blueprint, you're also going to write a 2-page minimum reflection explaining how your design will help create the culture of the learning environment you're going to be working in. And so you want to be specific and include quotes and references to the course readings. So what learning environment did you design? Why did you design the learning environment the way that you did? And how will these elements of your environment enhance student learning? How does this connect to your future aspirations? And is there anything from the material culture, space, or place readings that you left out intentionally? And if so, why? So when you're reading the articles for this week and watching the videos, if you see something that doesn't apply to you, you can also mention that in your reflection paper. There's a rubric down here for you to review before you submit. But when you submit this assignment, you should be uploading at least 2 documents. One would be your blueprint, and then the other would be your paper. If you need multiple documents for your blueprint, you can upload multiple attachments. But those are at least the 2 minimum that you're submitting would be the blueprint and then your reflection paper. So that's one of the deliverables, one of the three. The second deliverable is, again, your book discussion group, right? So talking with your group about chapters 5 and 6 this week on peace and activism. So remember, your initial post to the board is due by Friday at 11:59 p.m. And then your response to a peers post is due on the last day of the lesson, Tuesday. All right, and then the last assignment for this week is the second slide, building towards your signature assignment. In this slide, you are going to reflect on what the learning environment is going to look like in your future career, right? So you're going to be talking about the learning environment and then the concepts of space, place, and material culture. And so remember, when you're doing your slides, it's two components each week. One is the actual PowerPoint slide or Prezi slide or Google Slides, right? And then along with that, you want to submit notes, right? So it could be actually on the notes for that slide, or you can submit a separate document. But on your slides, it should be minimally your ideas about environment and space and place and material culture. And then the notes are where you integrate and explain in detail your thinking. And so if we look at the rubric for this slide number 2, right, you'll see that the focus of the vision of the statement slide, the focus of your slide 2, should be on the learning environment and the concepts of space, place, and material culture. But then for your notes section, right, you have to remember that this is where you're giving kind of like the detailed explanation behind those minimum text or images that you used on your slide. And this is the way that you explain your thinking and connect your thinking back to the resources in the course and outside resources. So for our PowerPoints, we're going with like minimum on each slide. And then in the notes section is where you really give a thorough explanation and along with a reasoning, right, for your vision for environment and space, place, and material culture. Now, when you're doing your notes, try to use APA formatting for the in-text citations, include a reference list for your notes page. And really, as you create these notes, this is going to be the fodder for your script. So part of your signature assignment at the very end of the course is to take all these slides and then do a voiceover for your presentation. And for that voiceover, you're going to write a script. And so if you have really good detailed notes about your thinking and where you got these ideas from and how it connects to your future career, then all of these notes are going to help you write an awesome script at the end of the course. So you want to do as best as you can each week as you're putting together your slide to document your detailed thinking and how that thinking connects or is supported to what we're learning in the course. So that's your third deliverable for this week. As an instructional team, we are looking forward to seeing your Lesson 2 assignments, and we're here to support you as you get into Lesson 3. And so please, like always, use the Conversations tab if you have questions, or always email your instructional team member if you have a question about a personal nature. And we look forward to supporting you throughout the course. So carry on and onward, you guys. I look forward to talking with you again for Lesson 4.